Picture this. You've just unlocked the secret code to what women truly desire. You're standing at the precipice of enlightenment, about to wield a superpower most men can only dream of. But here's the twist. If you could actually hear her innermost thoughts, chances are you'd still be scratching your head. Why? Because roughly 80% of the things women crave, they'll never flat out tell you. Not a hint, not a whisper. Today, I'm unveiling 9 things women absolutely love but would never ask for. Gentlemen, I promise you, number 9 will make you question everything you thought you knew. So buckle up, my friend. Hit that like button, subscribe, and prepare to dive into a world of secrets most men will never discover. Let's get started. 1. Be unpredictable. Gentlemen, if there's one surefire way to keep a woman captivated, it's the art of unpredictability. Women are naturally drawn to a touch of mystery, a pinch of surprise, and the thrill of not knowing what's coming next. It's like reading a great novel. Each page leaves her eager to turn to the next. Now, picture the opposite. A man who's as predictable as the sun rising in the east. Same jokes, same restaurants, same routine. It's not long before her excitement wanes, and suddenly, you're the human equivalent of elevator music, forgettable. But don't mistake unpredictability for chaos. This isn't about being flaky or unreliable. It's about injecting life with a dose of the unexpected. Surprise her with a spontaneous road trip, or introduce her to a hidden gem of a coffee shop. Spark a conversation that dives deeper than surface-level chatter, leaving her curious about what makes you tick. The truth is, women want to feel alive, to be with someone who adds color to their days and keeps them guessing. Become too predictable, and she might start pulling away. Slow replies, cancelled plans, or the dreaded disappearing act. If that happens, don't panic. Confidence is knowing when to hold your ground. Don't chase her. Intrigue her. Show her that you're not just another chapter in her story. You're the plot twist she didn't see coming. Keep her intrigued, and she'll never stop turning the pages of your tale. 2. Be a good listener. Gentlemen, if there's a secret weapon to making a woman feel truly valued, it's this: the fine art of listening. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of listening where you nod along while planning your next meal. I mean real, engaged, soul-stirring listening that shows her she's not just heard, but understood. Here's the trouble with most men. They fall into the trap of passive listening. They hear the words, sure, but their minds are wandering, thinking about work, sports, or what's for dinner. Passive listening is the surest way to turn a meaningful conversation into background noise. But active listening? That, my friend, is a game changer. Active listening is an art form. It's meeting her gaze, leaning in just enough to show her you care, and asking questions that say, I'm with you every step of the way. It's about showing her that her words don't just land, they take root. And here's the magic. When a woman feels truly heard, she feels valued, safe, and connected. Now, let me be clear. Listening isn't about solving her problems. Resist the urge to play the hero unless she specifically requests it. More often than not, all she wants is for someone to hear her out without judgment or interruption. A kind nod, a thoughtful, "That must have been tough," can work wonders. And here's the kicker. When you listen, you gain insight into her world, her dreams, her fears, and the values that make her tick. It's like reading the footnotes of her soul. This connection deepens trust and intimacy in ways no grand gesture can match. So, practice the fine art of shutting up and tuning in. It's a skill that will not only make her feel extraordinary, but will also make you stand out from the sea of men who never learned the power of simply listening. 3. Don't be overly respectful. Respect, gentlemen, is a cornerstone of any interaction. But there's a fine line between respect and reverence. Many men, in their noble quest to impress, go too far, treating women like untouchable goddesses placed on a pedestal so high they can barely be seen, let alone reached. This approach, while well-meaning, often backfires spectacularly. Here's the problem. When you're overly respectful to the point of submission, you lose the spark. You become predictable, overly agreeable, and, dare I say it, a little dull. Women don't want a man who treats them like fragile porcelain. They want someone who can match their energy, challenge them, and keep things exciting. True respect doesn't mean bowing at her feet. It means treating her with kindness while asserting yourself as an equal. Playfully tease her when the moment's right, confidently express your opinions, and don't be afraid to set boundaries. A woman isn't looking for a nice guy who says yes to everything. She's looking for a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to show it. This isn't a license to be rude or domineering, far from it. It's about showing her that while you respect her, you're not afraid to take risks, flirt boldly, and make things interesting. Think of it as a dance where respect is the rhythm, but confidence is the melody that keeps her coming back for more. So, gentlemen, strike that perfect balance. Be kind, yes, but also daring. Let her see the man who's not just respectful, but also dynamic and unapologetically himself. That's the man she'll find irresistible. 4. Dress to impress. The age-old truth. First impressions last a lifetime, and a man's attire often speaks louder than his words. Gentlemen, let me paint you a picture. A woman steps out for the evening, her hair perfectly styled, her outfit thoughtfully chosen, her perfume a subtle whisper of elegance. She's taken the time to present herself at her best, and then you arrive. Wrinkled shirt, scuffed shoes, and a haircut that might have last seen scissors during a previous presidential administration. What message does this send? One word: indifference. And trust me, that's the fastest way to turn a spark into a sputter. Here's the good news. Dressing to impress doesn't mean draining your bank account on designer labels. It's about simplicity, fit, and attention to detail. A crisp shirt that flatters your frame, well-maintained shoes, and a confident posture can outshine the flashiest brand names. Invest in timeless pieces, a tailored blazer, a versatile pair of chinos, a classic leather belt. Stick to clean lines and neutral colors. They whisper sophistication rather than scream for attention. But don't stop there. Grooming is the silent partner to good style. Neatly trimmed nails, a polished shave or well-kept beard, and a hint of cologne can elevate you from decent to dashing. Why does this matter? Because how you present yourself isn't just about appearances. It's a reflection of self-respect. When you care for your look, you're telling the world and the woman across the table, I value myself and I value you. And that, my friend, is the kind of statement no one can ignore. So, stand tall, dress sharp, and let your confidence do the rest. 5. Take charge. The magnetic allure of a man who knows his own mind. Women are instinctively drawn to men who lead with purpose. Not with a heavy hand, mind you, but with quiet confidence and decisiveness. A leader doesn't bark orders, he exudes certainty. He's the one who picks the restaurant without hemming and hawing, who suggests the best seats in the house, and who makes a plan that makes her feel like she's the only thing on his mind. Contrast that with the dreaded waffler, the guy who mumbles, "What do you want to do?" at every turn. Gentlemen, indecisiveness is the thief of attraction. It whispers insecurity, and that's no melody anyone wants to dance to. Now, let me clarify. Taking charge isn't about bulldozing over her preferences. No, sir. It's about leading with grace. Picture this. You suggest a quaint little Italian bistro for dinner, but she mentions she's more in the mood for sushi. Instead of floundering, you pivot smoothly. "Sushi it is. I know just the spot." That's the art of leadership wrapped in respect. When you confidently take the reins, you're not just steering the evening. You're saying, "Relax. I've got this." And that, my friend, is the kind of assurance that lets her exhale and enjoy the ride. Balance your confidence with consideration, and you'll be the man she trusts to guide both the little moments and the big decisions. 6. Master the art of pleasing her. Let's talk about intimacy. Not the kind that skims the surface, but the kind that roots deep, grows wide, and envelops her in a world where she feels seen, heard, and cherished. Too often, men rush through these sacred moments like they're sprinting to the finish line. But the true art of connection isn't about speed. It's about savoring the journey. True intimacy is a symphony, not a solo. It's about tuning into her unique rhythm, understanding the melody of her emotions, and playing to the beat of her desires. Patience, my dear sir, is your greatest instrument. Slow down, observe, and let her cues guide you. Here's a secret. Intimacy starts long before the bedroom. It's in the way you listen to her, the way you remember the little things, and the way you make her laugh when she's had a tough day. By the time you reach the crescendo, she already feels adored. Communication is your ally. If you're unsure, ask. A simple, "Does this feel good?" or "What do you like most?" opens the door to trust and vulnerability. And trust me, nothing is more attractive than a man willing to learn what makes her happiest. Remember, every woman is different, and there's no one-size-fits-all map to her heart or her mind. But the man who makes the effort to learn, who treats intimacy as an art form, becomes unforgettable. That's not just connection, gentlemen. That's devotion. And she'll recognize it, value it, and most importantly, reciprocate it. 7. Learn to say no. The word no. It's short, it's simple, and it carries an almost magical power in relationships. Yet so many men stumble over it, afraid that refusing her request will come off as uncaring or dismissive. But here's the truth. Saying yes to everything doesn't make you a better partner. It makes you a doormat. And let me tell you, no woman falls in love with a doormat. Setting boundaries is about respect, not just for her, but for yourself. When you politely but firmly say no to something unreasonable or against your values, you're broadcasting a message of self-respect and confidence. For example, if she wants you to cancel plans you've had for weeks just to accommodate her whim, it's perfectly fine to respond, "I can't do that, but let's find another time." Here's the secret sauce. Scarcity creates value. If you're always available, always agreeable, she might begin to take you for granted. A man who knows when to say no isn't being mean. He's showing her that his time, effort, and attention are precious commodities. Remember, it's about balance. You're not a rigid stone wall. nor are you a pushover swaying with every breeze. By asserting yourself, you create a dynamic where she respects your decisions and values your contributions. And that, my friend, is how you build mutual admiration. 8. Embrace emotional strength. There's a certain allure to a man who remains steady when life throws its storms. Emotional strength isn't about bottling up your feelings or pretending nothing ever bothers you. It's about mastering the art of resilience, showing maturity in chaos, and offering a calm presence when the world feels unsteady. Women are drawn to men who can weather life's tempests with grace. It's about being the rock she can lean on when challenges arise. Imagine her coming to you in a moment of vulnerability, and instead of panicking, you listen with empathy, respond with care, and remain composed. That's the kind of emotional fortitude that creates trust and admiration. But let's not mistake strength for stoicism. Emotional strength doesn't mean shutting down or being unfeeling. In fact, vulnerability, shared at the right moments, can deepen your connection. Admitting when you're struggling or expressing how you truly feel shows her that you're human, relatable, and invested in building a genuine partnership. And don't forget, this strength also means handling rejection, criticism, and setbacks without crumbling. A man who learns from his failures, who doesn't lash out or retreat into bitterness, stands out as someone rare and admirable. Ultimately, emotional strength benefits every corner of your life. It shapes you into someone who's not only reliable but also deeply inspiring. And trust me, nothing draws a woman closer than a man who can face life with compassion, confidence, and courage. 9th, show purpose and ambition. Let me paint you a picture. A man with purpose is like a ship with a clear destination, steady, confident, and impossible to ignore. Women are instinctively drawn to this quality, not because it promises riches or status, but because it signals something far more profound: a life lived with intention. Ambition doesn't require you to be at the top of your game or flaunting untold wealth. No, it's about having a vision, a destination, and the determination to get there. Whether you're building a career, mastering a craft, or simply striving to be a better version of yourself, it's the journey that captivates her, not just the end result. Here's the secret. A man with ambition inspires admiration, not just because of his goals, but because of the fire that fuels them. He's constantly evolving, constantly striving, and that energy is magnetic. It tells her, I'm not just living, I'm thriving. But ambition must come with balance. If your drive leaves no room for her, it's no longer inspiring, it's isolating. Show her she's not a bystander, but a co-adventurer in your story. Share your dreams, involve her in your victories, and let her see that her presence adds depth to your purpose. When you live with passion and purpose, you become a man worth following. A man who doesn't just capture attention, but earns respect and love. After all, there's nothing more attractive than a life well lived and a partner who knows where he's headed. Today's journey has been about more than just understanding what women love. It's been about unlocking the keys to building genuine connections and becoming the best version of yourself. From embracing unpredictability to mastering the art of listening. From showing emotional strength to living with purpose. These traits aren't just attractive, they're transformative. They don't just make you stand out, they elevate the way you engage with the world around you. Remember, What sets you apart isn't perfection, but authenticity. When you combine confidence with kindness, ambition with attentiveness, and strength with vulnerability, you become the kind of man who not only attracts admiration, but also inspires lasting affection. If this video resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for more insights that will change how you see yourself and the relationships you build. Let's keep growing together.